Hello.
And welcome to In-Game Chats for Saturday, November 5th, 2016. This is Season 10, Episode 44. I'm Scott.
I'm RJ.
And that's it for you. Matt's will be joining us a little bit later on, I think. Probably. He said he will. Hopefully. We'll see. You know, he's got 2 hours to make it. So we'll see. Oh, he's actually here.
Oh,
you want to take a quick jaunt?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, take a quick jaunt downstairs. RJ's going to go downstairs and let Matt in so he can come upstairs, and we'll start over. We'll start over. We'll act like, I tell you what, we'll act like we held the show just for him, but we really didn't. He doesn't know unless he's listening on his phone, but I don't think he is. So when they come back up, we'll just act like, yeah, we were waiting for you. So we're going to start the show now. Of course, I can't leave it with dead air. I don't want to sound like I'm talking while he's coming up. Anyway, and then we'll get on into the show and stuff like that. Is he coming up?
Yeah, he had to get some drink.
Oh, he has to get something to drink. Okay. I was telling everybody that we were just going to act like nothing happened. Like, we waited until he got here and we're going to restart the show and everything else. But now that he's going to take his time...
Well, it shouldn't take him long.
I don't know. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. Anyway, Matt's on his way up, so... Shouldn't take him long. At all. Just getting something to drink?
Just something to drink. He said something to drink.
Like, was he getting something out of the machine, or was he just going to get water from the thing?
I don't know, maybe it's coffee. Did you have any coffee left down there?
I mean,
Did you drink it all?
I always have coffee left.
Okay.
Yeah. I always do a cup up here. I finish this before the show's over with, and then when I leave, I always do a refill. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, brought the better cup this time.
Yeah.
The one that doesn't dribble.
Yeah, how'd that other one turn out? Did you find some information?
Oh, I didn't do anything. It's sitting in the sink, waiting to be cleaned and then looked over and then probably never used again.
I was about to say trashed.
Man, that was a Kickstarter mug too.
Mm-hmm.
Had a really neat I know we're totally not talking about games anymore, are we? Had a really neat concept where you could pour the coffee into the mug, put the cap on it. It would remove the excess heat, so it would be sippable, immediately. So you could just go ahead and sip it. It wouldn't be too hot, wouldn't burn you. And then as it sat, it would put that stored heat back into it to keep it hot throughout, forever how long. Mm-hmm. And so, but then of course it dribbles.
Yeah.
And
what good is all that?
That makes it pointless.
What good is all that fancy tech if you can't secure the liquid inside?
Makes it completely pointless.
Mm-hmm. So you got 2 drinks. That's why.
Oh, we had to get water and coffee?
I am super thirsty.
Okay. I didn't have your mic on, but he said he was super thirsty. So, Drunk Degenerates has a question in the chat room. We will get to that here in just a moment. Going to let Matt plug in his headphones here. Normally if we were like 15 minutes, 20 minutes into this thing, I'd just be like, all right, we'll do it when the break comes back. But since you're here now, then...
And I'm at... Oh.
Yeah. We'll start the show again for you.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, man. Work, we had...
Show's not starting. Yeah.
Oh, I hear it now.
And welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, November 5th, 2016. It is Season 10, Episode 44.5. I'm Scott.
I'm RJ.
And I'm Matt. 0.5?
Well, we already did the opening of this already.
Oh.
Yeah. If you'd like to get in touch with us, our phone number is 334-272-9228, 334-272-9228. Check out ingamechat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. You can find us on Twitter at InGameChat. You can also find us on Facebook. You can email us, everyone, at ingamechat.net. We are streaming on Twitch right now. Head over to twitch.tv, type in In-Game Chat up in the little search engine there, and you will be able to find us. You'll be able to watch the show. Yeah, just that. You weren't here, so I have no idea how to fix that for you.
It's good.
Matt was making adjustments to his camera for those of you listening to the show. But yeah, find us there, join us in the chat room, and talk with everybody live while we broadcast. Listen to the show live while we broadcast and make comments, suggestions, whatever. You can also do that by calling us, which is fine. 334-272-9228 is the number. So yeah, I know, you were late. It's okay. It's cool. It happens. We got jobs. Well, you guys got jobs. This is my job, so I'm always here.
Yeah, we had about 120 bombs we had to build up.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Matt works
building bombs.
Matt's military. It doesn't really work. I mean, that's his life. I guess it's...
Oh, it didn't really work. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's your life. That's not really... It's not a job. It's a career or something. I don't know, whatever they say. It's not a job. It's an adventure. Mm-hmm. No, no. I wasn't saying that you don't work. I know you do. I'm just saying that is your life.
I'm like, who have you been talking to?
That is your life. that is what your life consists of.
So
anyway,
you've been,
welcome, and good to have you back since you weren't here last week.
Yes, good to be back.
You missed our final Halloween show where everything went wrong at the first 10 minutes of the show.
Well, a lot of stuff went wrong. Not everything.
What was it?
Stuff.
No, it was spooky. That's what
it wasn't spooky. It was downright just broke.
Just one of them Murphy's Law things. That's all.
Yeah, my coffee was spilling. The computers were going down. It was bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
We forgot to stream.
No. We streamed.
We for a little chunk missing because.
Oh, what? Because I didn't do the...
Yeah, because you didn't...
I didn't do the camera thing? Whatever.
I was up at Oak Mountain, and there was a fire, like in the camp, like close enough to the campground where I was at. That was like...
With the bombs.
Were you camping?
Well, I have a camper that I was up there with.
Oh, okay.
Instead of like driving up to Birmingham and back, a couple of times that weekend for different events, I just, took the camper up and just stayed there.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure. I know it was Halloween and everything, and I know that there's...
It was so hot. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I know this isn't quite game related. Although
that's okay. We're talking about coffee a minute ago.
We were talking about stuff earlier. I was just checking it earlier.
Use the first segment of the show to get that stuff out of the way.
Last weekend I did a boo at the zoo at the Birmingham Zoo.
Okay.
And the 501st we had an event.
Oh,
there.
You dressed up.
Yeah.
Did you? You've got 3 costumes.
I do.
Which one did you use?
I brought 2 of them with me for that one. I brought my Republic Commando. From the video game Republic Commando, so I guess somewhat game related, and then also my TIE Pilot. And so I first put on the Republic Commando, and then as soon as I stepped outside, it was like 80 some odd degrees still out there. Like my mask fogged over where I couldn't see anything. I started sweating and dehydrating. Then I'm like, I got to get out of this. So then I swapped into my TIE Pilot.
So does that thing keep you warm when it gets very, very cold?
Oh, it keeps you warm no matter what. So yeah,
really. Yeah.
I mean,
you sweat regardless.
When you like take off the plastic, there's just layers of sweat in it.
Regardless of outside temperature, you sweat. So,
but it was fun. Then we did the Children's Hospital on Halloween Day, which was really cool.
Nice.
So,
what was I going to say? Oh, well, you mentioned camper, and I know there's this company I think that does tours, and I think the last time they were in Birmingham was in August, so I didn't think they were out. And then they were here for October, but it's a. You sleep out in tents and stuff like that, and then they have people come out in the middle of the night, and it's a horror camp type thing. Yeah,
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Very, very
like Blair Witch
involved
in a way.
Yeah,
with it like mess with you.
Yes, and there's certain tiers of interaction that you could buy.
So if you don't want to go full on, just them just scaring.
Yeah, there's ones where they'll scare you, but
they won't quite.
Yeah, they won't touch you, and then there's ones where they'll full on touch you and chase you and everything else. So
there's ones where they actually stab you.
Yeah, they never go that far, but it should be scary enough. You know?
All right.
Already miss October. So
Yeah.
anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Matt, welcome back as
Thanks.
well. Let's just jump right into it and figure out what we've all been playing. Matt, it's been a while, so let's go to you first.
Since they patched The Division, been playing that.
Mm-hmm.
I
heard that patch did very, very well for that game.
It did. It's
What did it patch? What did it do?
just the drop rate and everything increased, which is nice.
Okay.
Just within the missions, notice that the ammo replenisher is more readily available, where you can like restock your ammo and med kits and stuff like that. There's this new area where, like, if you cleared out an area, then you could do like a daily sort of not snatch and grab, but like seek and destroy missions, for extra loot, stuff like that. It's been a lot of fun. So James and Kevin, since they never, Jeremy and Kevin never really got into it much. So James and I, we re-rolled characters.
Oh, okay.
And so the four of us started from just ground up. Now we're at level 16.
Nice.
And everything, and we've just been going through and playing that, and so it's been a lot of fun.
Still don't own that game.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of it on PS4 through a rental, I think, or GameFly or something. No, I think did I buy it and take it back? I can't remember. I can't remember what I did, but I did play some of that on PS4, and then
when you get a good fire team going, it really just makes all the difference in the world. It is just.
I'm sure.
And your level of enjoyment.
That works for a
for
lot
most,
of the games.
Yeah. But like when we're the way that we're all specced out with our specialties and stuff like that, it's been a lot of fun. So that's really about the only thing I've been playing. Although last weekend played some more Red Dead Redemption, just tooling around in that.
Yeah.
And Grim Fandango.
Of course. RJ, over to you.
Mostly it was Dark Souls 3 that I've been playing this week, but I did take your suggestion, Matt. I found a copy of Sleeping Dogs. The definitive edition for the PS4. So
What do
I
you
picked
think?
that up. I haven't played it yet, but I just
Okay.
picked it up, so I'm going to play it eventually. I'll start on that one.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It's interesting because unlike any of the other real open world games, since this one's set in Hong Kong, you drive on the left side of the road. So when you're just like zipping around, you have to remember that they're on the opposite side of the road.
If you care about the rules of the road,
Or just not running into people head on.
Yeah. Or if you've done that if you play a lot of Grand Theft Auto, do like that, you really don't care about the rules of the road. You're speeding, driving the wrong side of the road. Sometimes it benefits you to drive on the wrong side of the road. I think Franklin's perk builds up if you drive on the wrong side of the road long enough. He builds up his skill.
It does.
Yeah.
But since this game, the mechanics are a little bit different with the driving and the and how the cars interact with crashing and stuff. Plus, since you're an undercover cop, when you're doing missions, the more damage you do to the city, and that decreases your cop rating. If you're trying to not have your rating go down. So if you run into people or take down the parking meters or stuff like that, or destroy stuff, then that lowers your cop rating a little bit.
So
But I like Sleeping Dogs a lot.
Okay.
Didn't the company who made Sleeping Dogs
closed
they closed
just recently?
Yeah.
Part of Square Enix, wasn't it?
Square Enix was a publisher.
They're the publishers.
Yeah. Okay.
They weren't the developer.
Okay. So I picked that up. Another one I picked up, I haven't played yet. I had to wait a few days to get it because I had to get a special order. It was Blaze Blue.
Okay.
Central Fiction. I got the limited edition of that, so I haven't started playing that yet. Another anime style fighting game.
Oh no, I'm familiar.
Yeah.
Axis Works. So yeah,
familiar.
I was got that and picked it up. But yeah, for the most part, I was playing Dark Souls 3, working on the DLC for.
All right.
Ashes
Drunk Degenerates
Down.
had that question about that.
To
DLC going.
answer basically, it's been beating me up bad.
Sorry, that's
man.
probably right in the mic.
Yeah, really, right in the microphone there, Matt.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Just slurping your coffee right in everybody's ear.
It's been beating me down badly, pretty much. But it's Dark Souls, and you expect that.
If it was too easy, it wouldn't be as fun.
Yeah, it's like someone told them the game is too easy, and they said, "Yeah, really, we'll watch this." And
You're
they
the
put
one
out
that made
DLC.
you're the one that made our post on In-Game Chat's Facebook page, right? Yeah.
That nun with the big. You
got to beat her 3 times.
Yeah, it's a three-tiered battle. Okay, first thing you have to do. Okay, first you have to beat her. She's gonna be by herself, and she's got that Nice little scythe that she wields, right?
Yeah.
One of the moves that she has is she can turn herself invisible. And when she does so, you have to see if you can track her by where she lands, because she can jump like a ridiculous amount all around the room, right? So you have to find out where she lands by where she lands in the snow. You'll see a little puff of snow pick up where she hits. Now, if you can't track that, she's got a clear advantage on you because you can't see her. You have no way to find where she's at until she hits you. Now, when she does hit you, it's a special move with her scythe where she pops you up in the air with her scythe, and while you're up there, she spins the scythe around, puts it around your neck, and brings you back down to the ground.
Sounds awfully Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
I'm having flashbacks to Catholic school.
What?
You're fighting a nun, right?
Yeah, a nun.
Yeah.
Sister Friday.
Yeah, flashbacks to Catholic school.
Okay. But no matter how much armor I get the best armor I have, and no matter what, she hits me, it takes like half of my health.
Ooh.
Right off the bat.
Have you beaten her?
I've beaten her that first iteration and the second iteration, but the third part,
Still haven't conquered
still
the
haven't
third.
beat her yet. Yeah, like I said before, I've lost. The first time I met her, first time I got to her, I lost at least 30 times
Oh, wow.
fighting against her because I was going solo, and I found the summon that I could use, a summon person to help me with, but he doesn't last long. I mean, it takes about a good 4 or 5 hits and he's done. So now it's by my lonesome fighting against her. So a friend of mine got online and we tried to take her out, and we got to the third part pretty convincingly, right? But she's still
Like if you divide the aggro between the two of you.
trying to divide aggro, of course, between that, but it got to the point where it was just me and her, and it didn't go well because I was still trying to figure out the attacks. That's the thing about Dark Souls. You get to her, and then you get to the boss, you find out everything they can do, and then you see which way to counter that, and it's
So
trial
once
and
you
error,
know,
lather, rinse, repeat.
Once
Yeah.
you know the attack patterns,
Yeah.
then it'll be easier. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
but the thing is, though, it's so rare that we got to the third iteration of her that I don't know everything she does yet. I'm getting a pretty good idea now of what all she can do, but not everything yet, because
Now,
she's pulled out a few new stuff on me that I didn't know
Are the
about.
first two iterations? Are you getting through those pretty consistently, pretty easily?
Yeah, the first iteration is the key to the first iteration is knowing where she lands when she teleports.
Okay.
When she disappears and jumps, if you can find where she lands, you can pretty much stop her from doing that half your health charge move that takes all your health away, right? So if you can do that, you're pretty fine in that battle. Second part is it's her with a little more attacks to her repertoire, and this that big zombie in the back, Father Ariandel, who's swinging this big flaming cauldron around.
Oh, geez.
So he's big and menacing and all that, but he's
Flaming
predictable.
cauldron, or is it
Yeah,
supposed to be like
this
a
big bowl, and it's like full of
incense?
molten
Oh.
metal or whatever. It's got fire and stuff all over the room. But he's, like I said, he's big and slow, so you can see him coming a mile away. So the thing is like ignoring him and focusing on Sister Friday. If you could take her down after that, then you got her third iteration, which is all her attacks are now black flame. There you got this black burning fire that just does a whole lot of damage, and she still has her teleporting and her ice attacks and her all that other stuff that puts you in frostbitten mode status and all that other stuff. So, like I said, I'm still trying to find out everything she does in that part. But the thing is, though, like I said, getting there enough times to learn all this stuff.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Matter
Mm-hmm.
learning.
So, yeah, but yeah, because I'm just burning through all my embers. Good thing I had enough, because like I said, I've wasted about 25 of them.
What happens if you run out?
Lost.
What happens if you run out?
I'll have to either buy some more or just find some more through the playthrough, because without embers, I can't summon anybody else. I mean, they give you a summon regardless of whether you're embered or not.
Yeah.
Slave Knight Gale, I think his name is. You can summon him whether you're embered or not, so you have at least one person in there fighting with you. But if you want to summon someone else, you have to be embered. And if I'm out of embers, I can't ember anybody, so that'll be I'm fighting uphill at that point.
You talk about buying them. That's buying them in game, not
In
buying
game,
them
not
with...
PlayStation
okay.
Store.
I
no.
didn't think they offered anything like that. But...
No.
Okay.
No, Dark Souls, you got it or you don't. It's not
That's what I
available,
thought.
that's it.
You got to work for it if you want.
Yeah, you're gonna work for it in this game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been working on playing this week.
All right. I have played hardly anything. Destiny, I think.
I was about to say, no Destiny even?
Just Destiny, you know. I went through and I knocked out my my Warlock, which is my main. Had a bunch of bounties from Crucible stuff. Because each week you go to the Crucible vendor guy. I know for Destiny players, like, guys, get a name. Here it is. And I can't remember what it is. But you go to the Crucible guy. He has a weekly bounty, which consists of. It used to be like 5 bounties you'd have to complete during the week. One of the bounties was complete all 5 bounties for the week. So that was one. And then there were 4 that were, get this many heavy weapon kills or do this or that or blah. It was a lot of things you had to do. And now he's just one. There's only one bounty, and it's a couple of tasks you have to do in a certain play mode. So maybe it's Clash, which is the team deathmatch or just regular deathmatch.
Yeah.
And some of it is get 50 primary kills, get 25 assists, get ability kills. It's like a tier of 4 things that you have to do to fill that card, and it's fine. And I like it that way because it doesn't fill up my bounty slots that I have in my inventory. And but I had a lot of them left over, so I went through and I completely cleared those out. I cleared out all my regular bounties for the Fellwinter's Peak. Cleared all those out, the ones you have to do in Archon Forge and all those. Cleared those out. Cleared out the Crucible bounties. I got everything done, and everything is finished with them. And then, I did that just before Tuesday, and then I was like, okay, time to start on my Titan and then do it on my... These guys, my alts have bounties that have been left over before the update, before everything changed. So they've got these bounties sitting out here, which is great for rep. I just have to go through and finish them.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to kind of be my goal. They initiated the challenge modes now in the raid. Hard mode raid is active. I have not done the hard mode raid yet. Challenge mode is now active in the hard mode raid, and I have not done that yet. Challenge mode is the thing where you have to beat a boss a certain way. And then you complete challenge mode, which will give you extra loot and then like a shader or something like that. An emblem, whatever.
They give you a time limit on that boss fight for challenge mode?
Well, all boss fights have time limits on them anyway. Okay. Because all boss fights will initiate a system. Okay, so like the first, let me try and think. You remember you did King's Fall with us, didn't you?
Is that the one that dude Onyx?
Yeah.
The 2 sisters?
Oryx, yeah.
Okay,
yeah. You did that one with us, right?
Yeah.
You remember the big ogre guy in that one room where you basically had to hide until he became vulnerable, and then his chest would open up. You'd have to jump down into whoever's bubble, pop the bubble, and then
I had to pop the bubble.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying. You'd have to do that. You had about maybe 6 or 7 attempts before he would start enraging. Mm-hmm. And if he enraged, you only had a few more minutes before the thing would wipe. Mm-hmm. So all boss fights have a time limit like that. All boss fights have some point where if you haven't knocked him down in this amount of time, then eventually the team's going to wipe. And so a lot of the boss fights have that already in there. The challenge mode is just in a certain way that you finish him off. Mm-hmm. The one for that guy that I'm talking about, his challenge mode back on King's Fall for the ogre was that everybody had to draw his gaze in one round of when he was vulnerable.
Yeah. And remember, we had one person whose job was to
one
focus
person
the
had to
gaze.
sit back up there and shoot the orbs that he would fire at them while we shot into him in the chest, getting the damage phase. So the challenge mode for him was that everybody in your fire team had to hold that gaze every time the damage phase came about. It was it required a lot of teamwork, which was good. I enjoyed that. But if your team wasn't communicating and talking, then it would be bad. So it required something like that, and that's the same way that they're going with this one. Next week it's the end boss on that raid who will have a challenge. I have no idea. Nobody's figured out what that'll be yet. When it goes live on Tuesday, people will go in there and figure it out. Tuesday, however, starts Iron Banner back again.
What's Zur for this week?
We don't know. Oh, this week. Yeah, we do. I'm sorry, it is this week. You mean what has he got?
Yeah.
The weapon is Red Death.
Is that worth getting?
I think they're all worth getting because you at least get a shard out of them. But it depends on how many, strange coins you have.
Yeah.
I'm rocking with like 400 something, so I just pop in, buy the legendary, and break it down if I don't need it, and I get a shard out of it. So I make that stuff back up in no time. But yeah, it's Iron Banner starts back this week. And I'll be doing that with all 3 characters again. So I think Iron Banner is Control. It is. It's Control. It was Supremacy last time, which was the new kill confirmed thing. And this week it'll be Control. So Civ 6. I have Civ 6. I haven't even started playing Civ 6.
I want Civ 6.
Civ 6 is a commitment, man.
Well, it's a Civ game. Of course
I know.
It is.
Civ 6 is like, and honestly, and again, we're not talking. It's kind of going outside of the realm of games, but I've been watching the World Series.
Yeah.
So anytime it's on, I've been watching that. So it was on Saturday. It was on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It was not on Monday, but it was on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I was there watching that. I was playing Destiny because I was like, just something I could knock out until it was time to quit and go in there and play and watch the game.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what I've been doing. So, yeah. So that's really what my gaming has been this week, which really it just hasn't been very much.
Plus, didn't you do the
I did the fair too.
Yeah, the fair.
Yeah, you had the fair after.
I had the fair Friday and Saturday of this past week.
And that could go on for late.
I love the fair. Yeah. Thought I was going to say something else. But
Food
I love
too.
The fair. Food's great. Food is fantastic. I
So-
told
so-
you.
yes,
I told
yeah,
you what I had.
I know, yeah.
What'd you have?
Fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
What?
So
That sounds really good.
it's
Yeah.
very good.
So
Because
was-
like the
I
peanut
saw-
butter gets a little melty.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's nice.
I saw someone put a
Oh.
picture of a red velvet funnel cake.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
Put it
red
there as well.
velvet, just so you know, red velvet is just chocolate cake with red food coloring.
But it's velvety and red.
No, that's the name they give to it, but it's just chocolate cake with red food coloring.
It's velvety and
That's
red.
all red velvet is.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
I don't believe your lies.
No, that's the truth. That's all it is. But no, the fried. I watched. I bought another one last night because I had to work the fair again. So I bought another one last night. Watched them make it. It's basically they take an Uncrustable.
Okay.
They put a stick in it because
Okay.
everything at the fair has to have a stick in it that you have to eat off.
Or a
of.
cone.
So they shove a stick in it. They dip it in this batter. I don't know. It's not pancake batter, but it's some kind of batter.
Is it like corn based
Yeah, I mean, well, not really corn because it's
or flour?
yeah, it's doughy.
Okay.
So they stick it in this batter and then they put it in the deep fryer. The thing swells up, but everything is gooey and runny and just delicious. It's like a donut with peanut butter and jelly filling.
When I was in D.C., there's this restaurant there. Well, I call it. It's really a dive. It's not a restaurant. But this little tune-in diner, right?
Mhm.
And they had a beer-battered hamburger.
Hmm.
They take the hamburger patty and they put it in beer batter and then like fry it. Oh my goodness, it was so good.
I didn't
It
order
was-
it before I saw it on the menu because last night I went back and I had the another deep fried PB&J. But on the menu, I didn't see it was after I put the order in, but they have deep fried cookie dough. I wanted to try that. Everything was deep fried. This was
Yeah.
it was the vendor's name was totally fried and everything was completely fried. So, yeah. But yeah, did the fair thing and
I haven't been to the Alabama Fair since 2000.
really,
Yeah. That's also last year I went to Six Flags.
it's been a while for me on Six Flags. I
Yeah.
really want to go back.
I
It's
want to
been a
go
while.
back, but I found out they're closed already.
What, Six Flags?
Yeah, for the
Oh, for the year? Yeah. They do their
Their seasonal-
October deal and then it's done.
yeah
Yeah, they're done for the season.
pout.
So anyway, that's pretty much all I played. I think maybe I put some time. I was gonna put some time into Gears this morning, but I didn't get around to it. So Gears of War. Haven't played Civ.
Are you enjoying that?
Gears?
Is it like it's a Gears game, or is it better than
It's
Baseline?
so far. Look, I'm on part 3 of Act 2,
Mm-hmm.
and it is the exact. It is.
It's Gears.
No. Well, it's been a while since I played Gears.
Okay.
So I really don't want to say that it's Gears because I can't. I'd have to go back and look at that. But so far, it is a repetitive mess, and it is.
We're talking Dynasty Warriors level repetitive.
I don't think I ever played Dynasty Wars.
You?
Yeah, I've played it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It really is.
Yeah.
It is. It is move forward, and you know exactly when a fight's coming because you can see how the
waist high.
Yeah, you can see how it's all set up, and you're like, okay, there's going to be a fight here. Once you get there, the enemies are dispersed in the exact same way. You're fighting these robots. A plane flies over, drops these big balls, and then the robots pop out of there, and then they start coming at you, and that's it. You do that. You fight those off, and I'll grab this phone call here in a second. You fight those off, you move on to the next thing, and the same exact thing happens. Another round of robots comes through. And they're not different robots. They're the same exact robots. They're the same, like there's not a different type so far. It's just sort of done that. And so far we're not fighting the locusts, which, not fighting what feels like some kind of other being that thinks for itself. We're fighting robots. And it's been like that all the way up. Now, I'm sure it's going to get to a point where it changes, but so far it hasn't. The end of Act 1 required me to do it was basically playing Horde mode. They wanted us to play a little bit of Horde mode. So the end of Act 1 required that we had waves of them coming at us, had to set up our defenses before each wave, and then fight them off. And you just had to get through that. And so, I'm not very far into it, so I'm hoping things will change up. But so far, it feels really, really repetitive, and that's kind of annoying me. I would like it to get out of there. So
speaking of something in Gears, there was I think it was a video someone put up. It was like the executions in Gears of War that they did.
They've got them in. They do have executions. Yeah, I haven't been able to do them because I'm fighting robots.
Yeah. There was one video that someone put in there, and everyone was making the same comment, really. It was like, when you talk about the repetitive nature, there was one that, like, this person was like, it was like 20 punches to the head, basically, over and over and over again. And I'm thinking after, like, maybe 5 or 6, the kill shot happens, and then you go on your merry way. But sitting there looking at it for 20 shots, I'm like, this is getting monotonous, really. So I can see why it's being very repetitive in that game.
Yeah, it really is. It's been extremely repetitive. So let's go to the phones real quick before we take our. Wow, we're way behind on taking our break. So let's go to the phones real quick. Hey, you're on in-game chat. Who's this?
Hey, it's Nathan. I just wanted to say hi.
Hey, what's up?
No, not much. Just working.
What have you been playing?
Division.
A little bit of Division and mostly Battlefield 1.
Isn't the Division fun again?
To be honest, I've played like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, so I don't have an opinion yet. It's mainly just been BF1.
I have BF1 on PS4, by the way.
Oh.
I need to get in there and play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be playing all tomorrow morning. I won't be tonight because I don't get off till 12. So.
Well, I know tomorrow morning. I know what I'll be doing.
I don't know what you'll be doing.
I'll be going to the movies.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's my usual Sunday morning trip to the movies.
Gotcha. But yeah, so I just wanted to call and say hi real quick.
All right, man. Well, good. I guess how long your schedule still going? So no chance of you coming back on the show anytime soon?
No, because unless I have to swap with someone, but our department officially goes live not this Monday, but the following Monday. So then I'll be in full swing. But unless I have to switch with one of the girls, I work 2 to 12.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Did you make
but
it out?
If I do.
Did you make it out to the fair?
Yes, Thursday I went to the fair.
Thursday was not a good day to go, dude.
Why is that?
Thursday is when everybody. Did you go Thursday night or Thursday?
Well, I got there. I got there at 4:50.
That's not too
and
bad.
We got to park right at the front, and then me and her left at 8:30. No, 8. So
I would imagine the amount of people between the time you were there and the time you left had drastically changed.
It did, and we left right as it was getting like super busy.
Yeah, it was dollar night.
So, yeah, so we missed everything we needed to miss.
Yeah, it was dollar night that night. So you bring in a canned food and pay $1, and you can get into the fair, and that was Thursday night. So that was busy time. I saw pictures from that. Ooh. So lots of. I'm not good with lots of people, and that was a lot of people.
It's a lot of interesting people.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, man. Hopefully you'll do this.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Do this again next Saturday.
I will when I can. It's been I had a break, so I figured I'd call.
And play more Division.
He will when he can.
I go 7 days a week now. So.
That's his answer to everything now.
Yeah.
I will when I can. Mm-hmm. All right, dude. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Take care now.
We also got Loot Crate boxes we're going to unbox later on in this episode. We need to take a break. We are way behind. We're 40 minutes into this episode. Let's take a break. We'll come back with more in-game chat. Right after this, here's music from Oblivion, he said, as it queued up.
This sounds so familiar.
It's Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's why.
The 13th Struggle. Welcome back to In-Game Chat. As I just said, that is music from Kingdom Hearts 2.
You know, actually, over the past weekend, I, brought my PS3 with me, right? And I was like playing that and stuff like that. And I put in Metal Gear Solid 4. And I haven't played that since 2011. It was like, because I was looking at my last save file.
Mm-hmm.
It said 2011. I was like, wow, man, it's been a while.
Yeah, I still remember it.
After playing 5, that one's rough to go back to.
Which one?
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh.
And then also, I'm like, all right, put in Kingdom Hearts. And I just, I forgot how much I do not like the opening worlds of Alice in Wonderland and the Deep Jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Tarzan.
Yeah.
I really don't like those worlds at all.
So what?
At all. So having to go back to that, I was just like, oh, jeez.
So what was it that made it Metal Gear so rough for you between 4 and 5, and going back to 4?
The gameplay
Five
mechanics.
I was gonna say 5
it's completely
5 is different than anything they've done.
Yeah. The gameplay mechanics, just the way the controls, handled and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just got so used to 5, being more open world, action oriented, just I don't know the way it is, and just going back to 4.
So maybe you're just used to more open world style gaming in general than Metal Gear 4 because.
And I continued a save file, so if I would have like gone back and started from started from the beginning, and maybe gotten accustomed to the controls and the closed and confined spaces, really, instead of the open world.
Yeah.
Maybe it might have been different. Yeah. But just like jumping right back into it, trying to remember, all right, how do I do the basic things of just, movement and crouching and selecting, I forgot that, the firing and all that stuff, like the triggers open up your little, like, your menu system of where whether you want your equipment or your weapons and so just all that kind of stuff. I was like, oh man. Did you ever play 5?
Never played 5. Last one I played was 4.
I like 5 a lot. Just the improvements to it.
Yeah.
Just the open worldness. It just felt. I don't know. I maybe just because
I think I've said last time the reason I didn't really warm up to 5 really was because of, I guess, the involvement of 4. It was the final the hype of it was so much like this is the final. This is it for Snake. This is the last run. This is.
They always are.
Yeah, but then 5 comes out. It's like it's a prequel. But no. Is it? Wait.
No. Wait.
Big Boss? Yeah.
I thought 5 was something that took
5
place
was something
before
beforehand.
Because you're Big Boss.
Yeah, you're Big
5.
Boss. Yeah, and 4 was the clone that was the clone that's dying out. So that one.
Solid Snake, the clone. That's the other thing. The Metal Gear storyline is just so out there and convoluted.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
same thing.
But yeah, I do not like Deep Jungle.
They're reissuing Kingdom Hearts. Oh God, this is when I wish.
Because I have the 1.5.
Yeah, this is when I wish Dennis was here. They're reissuing Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD remix and 2.8 HD remix.
Is Capcom doing these like Street Fighter?
This is Square
Enix. But are they doing the Capcom route?
Well, they're just
HD Turbo remix.
Well, the thing is that they did the HD remixes on PS3. These are going to be on PS4.
Yeah, I guess to get people.
And it's going to be more of a collection of things. It's going to have a bunch of different collections within it.
Into 3.
Leading it all up to 3, so that they'll have one console that has all the games on it that they, all of the previous games. And some of the ones like the GBA, the Game Boy Advanced ones, they're just putting like a 3-hour cinematic. In there that you can watch for some of it. It's really, really confusing. I read a thing on it this morning trying to explain how all that worked, and I
Have you ever seen the Kingdom Hearts timeline?
No, I've never wanted to look at the Kingdom Hearts timeline.
It's like just it's crazy.
One for Metal Gear that I think was on PS3 that I think you got from PlayStation Store, that file that for Metal Gear, that timeline that they have.
Oh yeah,
I think I still got it on my PS3. The whole timeline. There's a lot involved in that one as well.
It is
ridiculously huge timelines to go through.
I have. It's been a long time since I've played them, and I think I only played the first one. I never did get into 2, but I do have. I have the PS3 HD remix one.
The platforming and the camera controls are still.
This is.
It's a PS2
it's an interesting,
game.
Yeah, it's an interesting series where I can look at Final Fantasy and be like, man, I don't really want to play that. Which is interesting that I picked Final Fantasy because it's basically the same thing, just with Disney characters. But I can look at something like maybe Dragon Age or Oblivion, one of the Elder Scrolls, things like that. I can look at that and say, you know what, that is not going to fall in my wheelhouse. I'm not going to play that. It's just not going to work for me. I look at something like, again, Final Fantasy. It's probably not going to work for me. It's not going to be in my wheelhouse. Not going to work for me. Then I look at something at Kingdom Hearts where there's familiarity because of characters, Disney characters,
right?
But it's still got the Final Fantasy gameplay. It's still got a gameplay that does not fall into my wheelhouse type of situation. But I still look at it thinking, maybe I should give it a shot. It's like when you used to hate foods for some reason, but you get older and you're like, maybe I should try that again. I didn't like that when I was a kid, but maybe something's changed. So I look at something like Kingdom Hearts and maybe I should try that again. Maybe it's not going to turn out the way I enjoyed it, but maybe I should try that again. So.
And then you try it and you're like, yeah.
Either it's going to come back to me, or maybe, and there has been times, maybe my taste have changed.
I have that with movies sometimes. Like when I saw Jackie Brown in the theater, and I like Quentin Tarantino films a lot. But I remember seeing that one. I think I was just too young, or just didn't appreciate it right. But like I saw it years later.
Yeah.
Like just I think it was like a couple years back, and I was like, wow, this is a really good film.
Yeah, a lot of films like that. A lot of films saw in that situation. You're too young to understand everything that goes on in that film.
Or to truly appreciate it.
Yeah, later on you find out.
And then the opposite could be true, where like things that you loved as a kid, and you go watch again, and you're like, oh.
What was I thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a kid.
That's rough.
Transformers the movie.
18.
Yeah. Transformers. I go back and I look at that thing, and while I have wonderful nostalgia about it, I still look at it, and some of it's like, whoa, that part's not too great. That animation on that's not too good.
But at least you give it a shot. That's
actually, that goes back to Transformers, the television series, too.
Yes.
So, Drug Degenerate says, do you guys hear that apparently there will be a Diablo 1 remaster added into Diablo 3 for free, as long as you have the main game and the add-on. I have been reading all the things that have been coming out of BlizzCon. I think it's BlizzCon that's going on right now. Mm-hmm. I've been reading all the things that are coming out of there, and it's not that it doesn't stick with me, but I'm sure while there are other people who read that news and go, "Wow, that is amazing," or "Wow, this is great," it doesn't hit me in that way, you know. Yeah. And it's not that I'm not impressed or think it's stupid, because I don't. Mm-hmm. It's just that because I have no connection to that game, pretty much whatsoever, I don't feel the impact of it like other people might. Mm-hmm. Putting Diablo 1 remastered inside Diablo 3 sounds very great. I guess that's awesome,
especially for the fans of it.
I suppose.
Yeah.
You know,
if you're a fan of the game, yeah.
When I got the Skyrim remastered for free.
Mm-hmm.
You want to throw a free remastered game at me for free? I will play it.
Yeah, quality game. I like it.
But like, there's other things that have been coming out. They're adding a Necromancer class into Diablo 3. All right, cool.
I like the Necromancer class.
Great. I just don't understand the impact of that. I don't. That doesn't resonate with me as much as it would other people who play Diablo 3 and Diablo at all. They. What else they do? They're opening up StarCraft to AI, I think, to play the game or something. I can't remember what they were talking about. StarCraft 2 is getting some kind of AI challenge thing. I don't know what it is. What was the other thing? Some new character in Overwatch.
Yeah, Sombra.
Just another game I don't play.
Yeah.
Which is another. By the way, it's a game that I own. My collector's special whatever edition showed up in the mail.
Yeah.
The other week.
Yeah.
I have not opened up that box yet.
Yeah.
But it's sitting on the floor in the house.
No, keep it sealed. Keep it sealed. It might be worth some good money.
No. I haven't even opened up the box that the packaging came in. There's still a brown box that I haven't opened up yet.
Okay, open that.
I haven't opened up that.
Keep the sealed collector's edition in there for collectors.
Well, actually, I really kind of want to play the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have no interest in it.
I know you got that. I know you got that legendary backlog with all the other stuff.
Well,
on Steam,
I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't want to play the game.
Okay.
I would not have bought it just for the stuff that comes with it.
Right.
I bought it because they had reduced the price and I was actually interested, and because it was like the big statue edition and everything else. Sure.
Yeah, collectability. Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? Go ahead. Right. But I actually do want to play the game because I hear news like this popping up.
Yeah.
About what's being changed, what's being added, things like that, and so. I have a curiosity to see if I could enjoy that, People on Facebook posting the replay videos and everything else.
Yeah, I've got plenty of those on my timeline.
Right, yeah, where player of the game type situations. Where
I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
I don't either.
I see a lot of action, and now some of my friends' name pop up as player of the game. It's like, hey, good job.
I know. It's something I'm kind of interested in checking out. So I didn't get in on the beta or anything like that beforehand, so probably something I should have done. But
I'm just waiting for Dishonored 2.
Yeah,
that's this week.
Yeah, this week.
That is this week. I got the notification from Amazon saying, "Hey, we're going to be shipping your special edition."
Are you getting the mask?
I'm getting the mask.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yep. Is it a full 1-to-1 mask or is it scaled?
No, it's scaled.
What's the other thing about that thing James was always talking about with video game advertisements? Because I've seen the ad for Dishonored 2.
Mm-hmm. You've seen the live action ad.
The live action one. I'm like, there's no. I'm starting to see his point of view about the no gameplay at all. It's just that whole live action.
It's just
thing.
a lie.
That's it. Yeah. They kept saying that, saying you don't know me. Okay, show me something.
Well, I mean, in the television advertising, something like that'll draw in people to buy it. I mean, because they're going to go on whatever that advertising does to them, emotionally exciting, whatever. It's exciting them about the game. I want to play that. Even though they're not registering the fact that they just did not see any gameplay.
Right.
First off, it's based off a sequel, so they probably have some idea if they've played the first one of what this is. If they don't, they're still seeing something and hope they're drawn into that. The second thing is that we have seen plenty of gameplay. They've released trailer upon trailer of different ways you can go about playing the game, how you can do it stealth, how you can do it killing, all different sorts of ways. E3 highlighted a bunch of that as far as what the game looked like and everything else. So, I mean, we have seen gameplay of Dishonored 2. Not only that, it's a sequel.
Yeah.
We know what we're kind of getting into.
But still, sometimes sequels can change.
Oh, no, they totally can.
Like Mass Effect 1 and 2, for instance.
Yeah,
It was just my mentality that if it's on the TV, it's more the try to get the casual bandit or something like that.
Oh, no,
totally.
totally.
All that stuff you're talking about, I mean, you'd have to weren't you actively looking for things like that, looking for the gameplay? You know what it's all about already, so the ad wouldn't do anything for you.
Yeah, no, but see, and there's such a difference between probably the people who are in the chat room right now and the people who pick this up on iTunes and YouTube every week.
Right.
Who do what we do. They pay attention to what gets released. They follow along. Something grabs their interest. They try and find video of it. They look for things like this. Have we seen gameplay out of this yet? Ooh, they haven't shown off any. I'm kind of nervous. They look through that stuff. Then there are the people who maybe have the station on all the time and listen to the show as it comes on, and they try to get involved or try to get invested into it or try to listen to it. Sometimes they can't understand anything of what we're talking about. When they see an ad like that, it's going to resonate with them if they're interested in video gaming at all. But something like that would either resonate with them as I'll buy that or I won't buy that, depending on if it hits that trigger for them of like, ooh, that's a game I want, and I'm going to get it, you know. And there are people who don't follow this news every day. They don't get their gaming information from television advertisements and maybe the show from just listening to it. And it's not a common denominator thing I'm trying to point at. It's a general public thing, put it that way. It's a general public situation. It's probably one of the same reasons that people listen to the show outside of our thing, because they're getting the political news and they're hearing more in-depth stuff than just what they're reading in a newspaper or getting from some other place, you know? Or they see somebody post something on Facebook, they call in one of the political shows, is this true? Did this actually happen? And then they tell them, you know, what the story is on if it did or if it didn't. It's it's not casual, but it is you're advertising for the people who are not, I want to say instant buyers, or what am I trying to think of? What's the word? Impulse buyers?
Impulse buyers.
Yeah.
Impulse.
Yeah, they're not necessarily advertising for impulse buyers, but if they can make, and they choose where they put that advertising in. The first time I saw that ad was in Walking Dead. So they know where to put that in there. They know, like, we need to buy ad time on Walking Dead because that's going to fit our demographic. People watching Walking Dead are excited. They see this, they're like, wow, that looks like a really cool game. When does that come out? Oh, I might pick that up, you know? Even though they just did not see any gameplay. They just saw a live-action trailer. They did not see any gameplay whatsoever. They just thought, that looks really cool. So they're not going to look at that and say, does the game look like that? They're looking at saying, oh, this is how I can go through and do these whatever moves and all the magic and whatever else that happens with the game. So, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot more to it. Yeah. But for folks like us who follow this stuff day in and day out, we look for the signs of, are we getting the wool pulled over our eyes here? Have they not shown us any gameplay? Look at, what's another one? I think Battlefield 1, maybe? Call of Duty is, I think, Call of Duty uses celebrities to pitch their stuff. It's all live action, but it's, yeah. Then again, Call of Duty, I can't really give you that as an example. No, because there's been so many iterations of that everybody knows what they're getting when it's Call of Duty. Yeah. Usually when people speak of video games, they mention two things: Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto. Those are usually their two. Anytime a non-gamer comes up and talks to me about games, they'll throw out the Call of Duty or they'll throw out the Grand Theft Auto. If it's sports games, it's the Madden. Yeah. You know, they'll throw that out there. So,
Watch Dogs.
Huh?
Watch Dogs was like that one too, wasn't it?
Like what?
Watch Dogs 2, the advert with absolutely no gameplay.
No gameplay? I don't know. I haven't seen many ads for Watch Dogs 2, to be honest with you.
No.
I actually haven't seen many ads for Watch Dogs 2.
Okay. I must be thinking of something else then, because I could have swore I saw one for something about Watch Dogs 2.
You may have, but I haven't seen many.
It's not a series I think about.
Anyway, that whole thought process was horrible. So,
For a break.
yeah, we're gonna take a break.
Try to make sure we stay on top of things.
Yeah, that whole thought process was completely horrible, and I don't think I ever made a point there. Just to say that if you're watching television advertising and you are an avid video gamer who follows the news every day, what you see on television is not made for you.
Yeah.
It is made for folks who don't follow it every day, who may not know that a new game is coming out in the series, who didn't know that this game was announced years and years ago. Yeah, so it's made for those folks who can make an impulse buy or can see something and say, it looks like a game I want to play, and I'm going to go buy it. So, let's see. Coming up, we're going to take your calls. 334-272-9228 is the number if you want to get in and talk to us. 334-272-9228. Got the loot crate boxes we're going to open up and more to talk about. We'll talk about what's coming out this week. Dishonored 2 is one of them, but we've got other things releasing this week, so we'll talk about that. More on the way with in-game chat, and we'll be right back. Here is music from Silent Hill, which we've already played because...
Yeah, the Halloween.
Because of the Halloween thing. Yep. So you know what? Let me fix that.
So no Silent Hill.
Yeah, we already did that. So let me just fix that real quick. All right, cool. Yeah. Here we go. This is Chrono Trigger, Lavos' theme. Ooh. Lavos, I believe, is in the chat room. There he is. Yeah, Lavos is in the chat room.
Hey, Lavos, this is for you.
Yep, there you go. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music from Alan Wake. Welcome to Bright Falls. Yeah. Great game.
Yeah, I like this music.
Every time we roll through this in the rotation, which I'm going to do a new rotation for next year.
Yeah.
About way overdue. Yeah. And mark it, because he says that, and he
every
probably
year?
won't. Yeah. So.
I never played this one.
You never played Alan Wake?
Never played Alan Wake. Heard about it, just never played it.
It took me.
I liked it.
I did not play it until probably 2 years ago. Mm. You know, game been out for a long time, and I played it on PC because I had the
09? Around there.
RJ's gonna look that up.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it on the 360 when it first released. And I was like, wow, this is great, but I never went back into it and played it. And eventually I bought it on PC, Steam sale or something, like $5, you get everything.
Yeah, that and American Dream.
Yeah, and I finally went through and played it all, and man.
May of 2010.
Oh, 2010, okay.
Yeah, so I think, I played it in 2014, I think.
Okay.
Maybe it was.
And then Windows, it was released 2012, February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2014, I think, is when I finally played that, so. Took me a while to get around to it, but really enjoyed it once I did, so. Yeah, I miss that because Quantum Break is not. I have some issues with Quantum Break.
And didn't that just get released on Steam?
It did. And oh, by the way, did you see where Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, the Windows 10 version, you cannot play with other people. The Windows 10 version and the Steam version are they are separate. It's like playing on two different.
Of course they are.
It's like playing on two different consoles. The Xbox One people can't play with PS4 people, right?
Yeah.
Well, Windows 10 people can't play with Steam people.
That is.
Yeah. Now I think that's something they can patch in and fix
if they want to.
I don't know why it's separate. Who mandated? I haven't looked at the articles on this. I'm like, who mandated this? Who said that? We're gonna keep that separated. I don't know.
I wonder if can the Xbox One play with the Windows 10?
That's a good question. Probably not, though. In a game like a point and shoot like this.
I don't know.
Probably not.
Because if that's the case where they could, but yet the Steam's left out, that might be Microsoft trying to get people to, sort of migrate towards their.
Yeah, buy our Windows 10 product.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
see, when you go up against that, though, if you go up against and say, hey, you're going to buy the PC version, well, there's two different versions. There's the Windows 10, which you can only play with other Windows 10 people.
Or Steam.
Or the Steam, where you can only play with Steam people. That's not a battle you're going to win.
No.
First off, just because of the base of players, or the install base on Steam is massive.
Yes.
Not only that, although here's the problem, this was not known until people started buying the game and figured out they couldn't play with other people.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was something on the storefront page of Steam or Windows 10 that said you can only play with other Steam players on this. I don't know if there was something there, or if it was in really small writing and nobody noticed it or something. It seems awfully shady.
Yes.
On the PC side of things, it seems awfully shady.
Oh, yeah.
So, speaking of Steam, they implemented new rules for the folks who are trying to sell their games on Steam. And that rule is please show customers what your game is actually like to play. That is in quotation marks. Valve has instructed this comes from GameIndustry.biz. Valve has instructed developers to avoid including marketing materials, artwork, and pre-rendered images among their screenshots on Steam. These images need to be able to represent the game, the company said. New guidelines were issued and a note to developers in their Steamworks group ahead of forthcoming changes to Steam that Valve is calling for the sake of clarity. Discovery Update 2.0. In the note, the full version of which can be read here, Valve admitted that it hasn't been super crisp on its guidelines around screenshots previously, acknowledging that even Dota 2 would transgress its own new rules.
Really?
I think this is either this was already planned to happen and they're just speeding it up, or this comes about from No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Because they were getting No Man's Sky, I don't think Steam was getting sued for it, but No Man's Sky, somebody was doing a class action thing of that, saying that the screenshots that are shown
what was promised
on Steam is not what is in that game. When the screenshot section of a store page is used for images other than screenshots that depict the game, it can make it harder for customers to understand what the product is that they're looking at. Additionally, we're going to start showing game screenshots in more places, and these images need to be able to represent the game. So, developers selling their products on Steam must now use the screenshots section, way too many S's, only for images that depict the finished game. This means avoiding using concept art, pre-rendered cinematic stills, which they use a lot of, by the way. I know there are some games, like the first thing in the little screenshot scroll is like the trailer, and then every image after that is just images from the trailer.
Super shady.
Yeah. This means pre-rendered cinematic stills are images that contain awards, marketing copy, or written product descriptions. Please show customers what your game is actually like to play. This is one of two key changes Valve has asked developers to implement to take full advantage of the new store once it's live. The second relates to the specific content of each image, with Valve voicing concern about the sensitivity of its individual users. Allowing users to see more of what they like and less of what they are not interested in or find offensive. For example, some users are more sensitive to nudity or sexual content. Other users are more sensitive to gore or excessive violence. Some users don't care at all either way. We want to be able to respect all those tastes and objections. Discovery Update 2.0 will introduce ways of showing off games in interesting new ways to customers prominently on the homepage. In some cases, this will involve showing customers a free screenshots of the product on the Steam homepage. So, yeah, there you go. Any developer selling a game with a 17-plus age gate or that is marked for mature content must now provide a minimum of 4 screenshots that are appropriate for a broader audience of a variety of ages. This is done via a simple checkbox system. Developers are free to use as many screenshots as they wish overall. On the updated Steam, images with mature content will only be visible to users that are interested in investigating further. So I guess in the broad sense, there'll be something, oh, here's a game, and then you click on it, and of course the age gate comes up. Mm-hmm. And then once you go through that, it'll be like, here's what you were looking for. So I'm fine with that, to be honest with you. I never bought a game off of Steam looking at screenshots. If I see a game I'm interested in on Steam, guess what I do? I go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, let me look at this game.
Because video games are kinetic. They're movement.
Yeah.
You got to see how, how it moves, as opposed to just a static image.
Like, there's a couple of games that, especially during some of the sales that they do, when they want you to go through the discovery section so you can get a free card or something when you go through the whole thing. On the discovery section, I'll just click through, and it knows my taste pretty well. It's just puzzle games mostly, Myst-like, that sort of thing. It kind of knows my taste, and so if something pops up that catches my eye, I'm like, ooh. So the first thing I'll look at is I'll kind of scroll through the screenshots, just seeing what's there, and then I'll look over to the review stuff. It's like, these people have found this positive. Recently, they found it overwhelmingly positive. I'm like, okay, that's good. Let me go check this out on YouTube or something like that. I'll go look for video to see what it actually is. And then I'll mark it, into my wish list or something like that, or pick it up. So, but yeah, that's how I do that. The games that are coming out this week, we talked about Dishonored 2.
Yeah.
That's on November the 11th, which is Friday.
Yeah.
How many games? Have you noticed the games being released on Friday recently?
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Gears of War 4 was released on a Tuesday, but Call of Duty, Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, and now Dishonored 2 releasing on a Friday, which I'm okay with. That's fine. I think
Mix it up a little.
Yeah, I think what they're doing is the worldwide releases, so that because we usually
all the markets at once.
Right? Yeah, the states usually get their games in on Tuesday, while the other countries get their games on like a Friday. And so I think they're just doing it.
It just seems like it would be easier just to have a one-day released.
I agree. And if it's going to be Friday, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
That was one of the things
I've never Tuesday just never seen. It seems so random.
It does. And there's not really any. What am I trying to think of? Federal holidays on a Friday. So
the 11th.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, this one Friday, there is a federal holiday.
Yeah, exactly. But does that, will that stop mail delivery of the game for people who ordered it?
Should.
Probably. I would think so, because it's a federal holiday.
Yeah.
If the banks close, yeah.
Yeah.
Veterans Day.
You Dishonored 2, where did you buy yours from? Have you bought it yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll get it from Steam.
See, I bought mine on Amazon, but it's the PC version.
Yeah.
So...
wait, there's other versions?
Well, normally the special editions of PC games don't get it.
Yeah.
If you want that statue,
you
want that mask,
console.
Yeah, the Batman, the Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
If you wanted that Batman statue, you had to order a console version.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a PC version available.
Oh my! The one PC collector's one that I wanted so bad was the Borderlands with the claptrap.
Mm.
The remote
console
control.
only, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
I want a remote control claptrap.
Console only. I hate when they do that.
Yes.
So anyway, Dishonored 2 comes out on Friday. On the 10th, which is Thursday, you'll get the PlayStation 4 Pro. This is the updated PS4.
Yeah.
That has 4K support, HDR support. I don't know a lot of people who are jumping in on that. I'm sure there will be a lot of people who are. I don't have TV that does it.
Yeah.
I can't justify it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
And it kind of part of me is like disappointed that I can't jump in on it. You know, like new stuff. I want it, but I really, and I could buy it, but I have no. It feels completely pointless to do it. The console itself doesn't feel completely pointless, by the way. I don't want anybody to get me wrong with that. It just feels completely pointless for me to buy it because I do not have a 4K TV.
Yeah.
So
there's no real benefit to buying it for you.
Yeah, not yet. You know?
Yeah.
By the time I get a 4K TV, these things will probably be dropped in price.
Mm-hmm.
And I can pick it up for a little bit less. Probably with a bunch of bundles and deals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Heck, I'm in the market for another TV, but not 4K. Not that level.
You know, the TV that I've got, the newer TV that I've got in the bedroom where I play all my games, that TV I think is like 2 years old. And it just feels way too soon to be going out and getting another TV.
Mm-hmm.
Just way too soon.
Yeah.
So I feel a sneeze coming on. I apologize. Excuse me. So sorry. Oh, goodness.
Medusa's Mirror just joined us in the chat room. Said Doctor Strange was fun, but not her top tier Marvel movie.
Oh, I'm gonna ask her if she saw it in 3D.
But
She wears glasses, I know, so I don't know if 3D works for her or.
It works for me. I wear glasses.
So
I guess some people have different reactions.
it's different for everybody. And some people can't deal with the way 3D works.
Yeah.
So.
The trailer for Wonder Woman really got me excited.
Oh, okay.
I mean, finally a DC movie that looks like fun.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah, I know. That just reminded me of that.
Also on November the 11th is the Nintendo NES-Mini.
I want one.
I do too. But they are not taking pre-orders.
I know.
So
How much is that?
I wonder if Toys R Us...
$60?
$60, man.
$60, yeah.
I wonder if Toys R Us will have it.
$60.
Kind of want one.
I want one too. It's weird.
Like I could get those games on, emulator or even the virtual console and stuff like that. In fact, some of them I have on my 3DS, already. But at the same time,
Pure
I
nostalgia.
still want it.
Pure nostalgia.
It is. Holding that uncomfortable controller, digging into my hands with only 2 buttons and a directional pad, just brings me back.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm honestly looking forward to seeing how these things sell. I think they're gonna be great, but I'm looking forward to seeing if we see a massive shortage of people really wanting this thing and not being able to find it. I think that's really interesting to me. It's an NES. It's a system that you can go to any yard sale or pawn shop or secondhand. I have no idea, but it's a system.
Or heck, you may still have one.
Or you might have one still. It's something that you could easily obtain the original of, hopefully working, and go to Retro Game Planet and get one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
But here it is getting a re-release, and I expect it to be a massive. I expect there to be a massive demand. There's the weird part about it. Every year, not every year, but every time a new console releases, and I'm not talking about the Pro or the Xbox One S.
Right.
I'm talking about the Xbox One and the PS4. Every time a new console releases, that's the gift of the year. That's the Christmas gift thing. Everybody's out to get the new systems and that sort of thing. I remember when the Wii was the thing to get. And of course, that goes back to Nintendo. Here it is, an NES.
Now to think about it,
We're in 2016, and we're about to have an NES be like, that's the thing you've got to get this year for Christmas.
What's the target demographic for that thing?
For the NES-Mini?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Everyone. Everyone is the target demographic of that.
Yeah, because you just don't want to say people who grew up and
if you're our demographic, if you're our age demographic, you
40s,
are going
30s.
in for the nostalgia factor and the cheap price. If
you're
you're
a younger kid, it's a cheap console with games built into it.
right, If you're just a parent, you look at that and you're like, wow, how many games come on that little thing? Oh, 30?
Mhm.
Okay, I'll pick that up. It's $60. That'll be great. I'll get that for my kid. Wonderful.
Oh yeah. Polydor says that, people who grew up with the NES buy it for their kids to, relive it with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's something that like, if you have kids and you're of our age, you could share it. Like, oh my gosh, hey, little, kid of mine, this is what I grew up with playing when I was your age.
Yeah. And watch as they
discussed
shriek in horror at how it looks.
Yes. What's wrong with it?
You tell me there's a little sadistic factor going into this thing?
Well, this thing there are some benefits to this thing. It's got save states.
Yeah.
Whereas most of
never mind.
Trying to remember those passwords.
Too bad it doesn't have a setting where it's like, can we go 80s mode on this so that save states are all cut off, with the exception of like Metroid, or the games that originally came with save states, which are basically just password based.
Yeah. What's that? Back in my day.
Yeah.
You failed 80% of the way through.
Yeah.
You got to start over again.
I talk about Civ 6 being a commitment to play, but any game you played back then was a commitment to play, because you needed to beat it as you played it, or you needed to pause the game, turn off the monitor, and hope for a power outage not to happen, or a flicker that would reset everything. So, but I want it, and it's coming out. It's coming out this Friday. So. I'll be there to try and pick it up as soon as I can.
Yeah,
so.
we'll keep up with the numbers on that. See how
I'm very curious. I'm really very curious. Not only that, though, talking about these, GameStop released their numbers for October, and they were bad. They fell short of the expectations, and we're going to talk about that when we come back. I'm going to take a break here, and when we come back, we're going to open up some loot. We're going to talk about what October's numbers were kind of off for games, which saw a lot of games, a lot of sequels.
Yes.
Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
It also saw Forza Horizon 3. It saw Gears of War 4. It saw... What else? I want to say there was something else. I don't know.
This is just in October.
Something.
Yeah, it's just October. Mafia 3.
Yes,
Mafia 3.
Civ 6 is in there. PSVR. So we're going to talk about all that when we come back. So here's music from Ghost Recon, and we'll be back with more in-game chats right after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. The music called Cider Time.
I wonder where that's from.
I don't know. Going into somebody will look it up. There goes RJ. He's hitting the
Cider Time.
Cider Time. So looking at the this is from GameStop, by the way. So this is what they reported. GameStop is just basically reporting their store sales, not necessarily internet sales, anything like that. To kind of this is not taking into account sales on Amazon, sales on Walmart or at Walmart or any other
just in-person, in-store sale.
Yeah, just GameStop. Well, probably also their online section as well, but it's only from GameStop. They said our expectation was that the new titles released in October would provide a catalyst for new software sales, but despite gaining market share, the titles underperformed our forecasted sales. Technology brands, collectibles segments continue to grow rapidly. We remain excited about innovation. This is all a bunch of yuck speak. They did not mention any specific titles as underperforming, but the month did feature a stacked slate of new releases. This, by the way, this article comes from GameIndustry.biz. Fantastic website, by the way. Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, Mafia 3, Civilization 6, World of Final Fantasy, and the entire PlayStation VR launch lineup. They expect revenue for its third quarter, which ran from August through October, to total roughly $2 billion, which is going to be down 6% to 7% for the quarter for them. So that's less than what they were expecting it to be. They expect full-year comparable store sales to be down 6.5% to 9.5%, which is, yeah. You can blame that on a couple of things.
Yeah.
The economy. I would start there. The economy itself. Maybe not necessarily the titles. I think Mafia 3 is considered a success by 2K.
I was curious how that was doing.
2K, I think, considers that a success.
Because it's one I want to play. It's just I didn't pick it up.
I got it from GameFly. Played a little bit into it and said, this is pretty good, but because it's a massive open world game, I'm gonna hold off. Wait
you
for
need
this.
to devote some time to it.
Yeah, I want to wait for this thing to drop in price. I'll pick it up and I'll play it.
Yeah.
So that was my thing with that. The others that they mentioned, Titanfall 2, I'm still iffy on that thing. When it drops in price, I'll probably pick it up. Civ 6 I bought right out the door. Battlefield 1 I picked up and was thinking I might keep, I might not, but I actually did keep it. And of course, World of Final Fantasy, I didn't do that. PSVR, which I dipped into as well on that. So, I love it.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could afford it.
Well, look, I'm gonna bring the whole thing in at some point so that you can take that home.
'Cause I really want to try the Batman.
I know, so you can take that home and give it a shot, play it around, play with it, so we can get because I would love to have your guys' opinions on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Not just coming from me. So I would like that to be, that to be a thing.
Oh, Dust Force.
Oh, okay, all right. Now,
the song. I'm not just randomly saying video game names.
Before I get into it,
yes.
Before we get into opening up the loot, I saw an article come across, and then I'm not sure if I'm trying to find an update on this thing. Is there any update on this? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Maybe that's not the case.
Okay.
Well, what happened was that there was an article from Eurogamer talking about Nintendo stopping production of the Wii U.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
And then Kotaku came back and said that Nintendo has now said that is not true. Eurogamer reported that multiple sources confirmed to the site that the final Wii U would roll off the production line this Friday. Nintendo declined to comment when contacted about this article. Japanese site whatever reports that a spokesperson for Nintendo said there is no change to our continuing Wii U production. Stated that the report that the Wii U was ending production was not true. Even though the Nintendo Switch is slated to go on sale, Wii U production is scheduled to continue. So I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. But I would think Friday we would have known if that was the case. But I really don't know. So it's possible. I mean, eventually they will stop the production of those. They've stopped production of Wii's because they've just moved on to Wii U's. When the Switch hits,
they usually support them for a little bit into the beginning cycle, but then they, it just makes sense eventually just to be like, no, move to the new platform.
Agreed. Okay, let's open up some loot.
Yay!
RJ, get ready to hold stuff up to your camera.
I'm ready to fold.
And you get ready to Tetris these things back into their boxes. All right. The first one we have is Loot Pets. This is... Some people have talked about BarkBox. which is another thing that they get monthly that has stuff for their pets and things like that. So this is for the pets. I want to tell you that it's commonly it's catered towards dogs.
Oh, why wouldn't it be? Because they're the best animals.
I agree.
For people out there who like cats, I'm going to say tough.
Don't say anything.
No, cats are horrid. Dogs are where it's at.
All right, so when you open it up, it has a sticker right there on the thing reminding you that The Walking Dead is on AMC.
Can we forget that The Walking Dead's on? I mean, like, it's everywhere.
What do you got against The Walking Dead?
Other than it's terrible?
It's a really tiny shirt, but then again, it's for dogs. Oh, that's a cool shirt for a dog. It's the Negan Sluggers.
Nice.
Too soon?
No, it's a really cool shirt for a dog.
I heard the ratings dropped episode 2.
Good.
After
Probably.
what happened in part 1.
Good.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the first episode back for a season like that is always massive, and then there's a huge drop.
Yeah.
This is a chew toy. It looks like,
Oh,
and it's the Mystery Machine.
Hmm.
So, and it squeaks. There you go. What? Oh, there's a phone call. Go ahead, take the phone call. Now we've got spooky snacks, scary good turkey treats for dogs.
Turkey.
I guess so. Yeah. I don't even know why we're showing that off. It's just it's dog snacks. Oh, this is cool.
Some have always wondered about
What?
why do dog food commercials tell me how good their stuff tastes.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can try it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me turn your mic back on.
So you could try it. What? Like you've never had dog treats?
This is a Gremlins pet feeding mat.
What?
I've never heard of a pet feeding mat.
No, me neither.
Just a carpet to put your dog's
Oh my gosh, I'm
dog
loving
stuff
the
on.
Mystery Machine.
I know. Oh, and there's a
Okay.
that's cool.
So the cool thing about the Mystery Machine is that when you're looking at it, it's correct.
Oh, nice.
Where it's not just like, mirrored.
So when you're looking on the right side,
you
you
see
get
Fred,
yeah.
but when you look on the other side, you see Scooby. So I like that when they take that extra step.
This is an
attention to detail.
awesome. This is an awesome animal pin right here.
What
It's
is
not a pin, but it would go on like a dog collar or a
Okay.
cat collar or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. You're gonna have to really get that close to show it off, but it's for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
It's Michael Myers and the Halloween pumpkin.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So apparently some people don't like my cats are
Of
terrible.
course they don't, man.
I mean, they're wrong because cats are terrible, but, still. Dogs are weird. Actually, I say dogs are wonderful, but that's not even true. My dog is wonderful. Everyone else is a big schmo.
That's actually a pretty cool pet box right there.
Yeah.
I don't know what a feeding mat is, but it's got gizmo
I
on
guess
it. So.
you put this down, then you put their food
Yeah.
on it, so that way their food and
Just
their
car-
water
just-
bowls just don't. If they spill,
I guess.
that would be my guess.
Oh, yeah. Because you see, we've all seen the dogs eat with such force that the tray keeps moving all over the carpet. Or
Oh yeah,
whatever,
so maybe like to stop it from skidding.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
These look like they should be glow in the dark.
They look disgusting. They look so processed
Turkey.
manufacturing thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They look.
All right, they're
Ugh.
turkey flavored.
But a dog will eat it. You know.
Try one, Matt.
Don't tempt me.
Will you try one?
Well, what? Like I've never had a dog treat before.
That just looks gross.
Yeah,
But you'll
yeah.
try one of those?
Well, I don't want to open the thing up
Oh, okay.
because
I'm
it's
sure you don't.
It's sealed.
It's a dog treat.
Yeah, whatever. It's edible.
Yeah. All right. This is Loot Anime, which probably we should get Chris in here on this one because
Yeah, he's on the line.
I'm not gonna know what some of this stuff is, and I don't know how they're gonna tie it into Walking Dead. I don't know that they can. So, all right, there is no sticker telling me to watch Walking Dead. There is, however, there's a bowl,
Ooh, nice.
and there is what looks like a piece of.
Sashimi?
This is Naruto Shippuden.
Shippuden.
Yeah. This is great on the radio when they give me something like this.
Mm.
I don't know what this is either.
Yeah, a little sushi thing or whatever. Sushi plushie.
This is I love Cola Umaru.
Sure.
I'm
Let's
trying-
go with that.
I'm trying to remember the series about this. Let's see.
Yeah, go ahead. Look at that. Then pass that on over to Matt because he's gonna have to rebox this thing.
Umaru. Yeah. I guess it's about a little girl who has two faces of society. One, the perfect high school girl, but when she gets home, she turns into this cartoon watching, video game playing, coke drinking layabout at the house.
So a teenager.
Somebody
pretty much.
That. This is
Naruto bowl.
This is all food related stuff in this one.
Well, that makes sense because looking at the picnic and the the look of it, the box looks picnicky.
Yeah. This looks like a bib, maybe. It's for costume use only. This is Food Wars. I don't.
Oh, Food Wars. Yeah.
Okay, so you're familiar.
Yeah, Food Wars.
I wasn't.
Kuma Bear.
Glad you know these things.
Yeah, Shokugeki no Soma.
You always get a manga whenever we get these things. Sweetness and Lightning. I don't know what that is, but
no. This is one of them right to life things. Let's see.
You get a big poster.
It's a drama. Looks like a drama revolving food, really.
Yeah.
Single father trying to do his best for his kid, but he can't cook worth a flip. So
all right,
he's got a.
It's still fitting the theme, isn't it?
Got
I like the bowl.
Got some ladies in there helping him.
This is a poster. We're not going to unfold that thing. This is a phone charm, which has and I'm going to let RJ hold it up because you'll get a better idea of what this looks like because it's really tiny. It's a phone charm. It plugs into it goes into the headphone jack of your phone. And it's got a little ice
sundae?
cream. Yeah, it's an ice cream sundae thing.
Motow says that Sweetness and Lightning is awesome.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There's a little.
Please watch your drinks there, Matt.
They're empty.
Okay, good. I'm going to throw your cups away.
Okay.
Just because I feel better doing it that way.
Well, you go ahead.
Let's go to the phones real quick while RJ's showing that off. We'll talk to Chris before we open up the other loot box there. Hey, Chris.
What's going on, y'all?
Not much, just opening up our loot crates, buddy.
Well, y'all been playing and talking about today. I just got home from a trip from seeing my buddy Mason up there up north and just got back in the house a little bit ago.
Oh, goodness. Well,
Up in
I mean,
New
we've been
York
talking
City.
for an hour and 45 minutes. So to recap that, Destiny and Division and games that start with D. Dark Souls 3, Destiny, and Division is basically what we talked about to open the show. And we talked about some sales figures, the NES-Mini that's coming out, that sort of with the other games that are coming out, Dishonored 2. Hey, there's another game, starts with D. So yeah, that's what we've been doing.
Oh, yeah. Well, me and my buddy and his wife, April, we went and saw Jeff Dunham live last night up in Birmingham at the BJCC.
Oh, okay.
And that was a long show. It was 3 hours long.
3 hours?
Is he the one that does the puppets and the ventriloquism?
Yeah.
Yes.
3 hours?
3 minutes is longer than I could stand. I can't imagine 3 hours.
3 hours, dude. That is a long time.
Yes. I'm taking the part of the grumpy old man today.
Wow. All right. And played anything?
Skyrim.
All right. Still doing the Skyrim thing.
Are you doing the regular or the extra crispy version?
Yeah, I'm doing I'm using mods and everything, but not anything to cheat. You know, little fixes here and there. You know, make it look.
But you're
prettier.
doing the remaster though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you doing that on the PC or console?
PlayStation.
PlayStation 4.
PlayStation. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure because, I've heard some people are having some issues with the PC.
Well, all right, Chris. Appreciate you calling in, man.
All right, y'all have a good one.
I will talk to you next week.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. All right, going to our final loot box here. This is the Loot Crate box. This is the box that I think is going to have... Well, first off, and you can't see this, but the back of the box that I'm looking at has a face. Whatever's on the other side of this, it's black on the back side, but whatever's on the other side of this, this is a mask of some kind. Because you can cut out eye holes and everything else. So this is a mask. So let's see.
This is Halloween based?
Halloween based, but probably, again, Walking Dead based.
Okay.
Oh, good Lord. Very much Walking Dead based.
Oh, boy. Yep.
Very much Walking Dead based.
So when does it return?
I believe it comes back
October
23rd.
If only I knew.
Now, is this not awesome?
Is that Leatherface?
It's a little stuffed Leatherface.
Oh, he's so cute with his face mask.
There you go.
of faces.
You can't really tell much. So there is your. Oh, okay. Here's the strap for the mask
Okay.
that's on the box, and I'll show you whatever that mask is when I get down to the bottom of the box.
But it has. This could have been a Halloween costume.
Yeah. Well, it would have been nice if they had sent it before Halloween.
Yeah. Oh, he's so cute with his. I like how his eyes look all like.
Here is one of those things you. I don't know what.
Oh, pennant.
Oh yeah, little
banner pennant.
Banner pennants. Yeah.
For Camp Crystal Lake.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. That's nice. There you go.
That's awesome.
There's some cool stuff in here.
Wow, this is a good one.
Here is a book for the Legion of Regrettable Supervillains, featuring the 50 strangest supervillains in the history of comics.
Oh my goodness, no way. Are these like legit supervillains? Like they've actually been in comics?
I believe so.
No, like
We have another call.
concepts are actual in comic villains here.
No.
Okay.
These are actual villains that are in comics.
Okay.
Because I opened it up right to. Well, there's Mirror Man, which I'm thinking is who eventually became Mirror Master, maybe.
Yeah.
For,
I was thinking the Flash, wasn't it? That was the Flash, wasn't it? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
He'll be right back. The Human Flying Fish was apparently a villain for Aquaman.
They could have just said flying fish and would be better.
Yeah. Generalissimo Brainstorm.
Italian. Generalissimo.
Yep. The Crimson Raider. Catgirl.
Not bad.
Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Man.
You're joking.
Part of the appeal of superhero comics and the limitless range of superpower characters can possess: transform into a tiger, control the elements, snake your limbs around an adversary like a clinging vine. Everything is possible. And in some instances, a lucky character is loaded with practically every superpower in the book. Such is the case with Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Man. A villain with a mouthful of a name and a list of abilities as lengthy as the Oxford English Dictionary. Yeah, no. He's completely legit.
AVMM.
These are completely legit things. That's a really cool book. This is a box I think that I wish. Yeah. This is one I wish we could keep. Here's your T-shirt, which is basically the dog T-shirt. Got the Negan Sluggers on it.
To go along with the dog.
Yep. I'll put this over here with you. I'm sorry. Let me turn your mic back on. There you go.
It's cool.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I forget
No.
that all the time. Here's the loot pin. It is the same as the Halloween dog collar pin,
Okay.
but it's just in
a
pin
version?
form. Yeah, not dog collar form.
Huh.
I'm keeping some of these out because I want to show off the mask. Oh, that is a cool mask. There's the mask.
Zombie.
Yeah. There you go. Zombie. That's really cool. Yeah, nice. And what else do we have in here? We had Freddy Glove Chopsticks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. From Nightmare on Elm Street. Blah, 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 blah.
Show them the back of it after you show the show the back of it too. This is cool.
Oh, is that like the catalog?
Yeah, this is just a catalog to show you what's all in there. I love the Freddy chopsticks. That's great. So, all right, there you go. I'm gonna give this box to you, Matt.
The Return of Atom Jaw.
I know that's a really cool book. I like that.
Yeah,
book.
this looks great.
All right, so there are your there's your loot boxes.
Loots for this month.
I know that's great. It's a good bit of loot there.
Yeah, this is actually one of the better ones in my opinion. I mean, it looked really cool.
Yeah. All right, folks. I think that's going to wrap it up for us. I want to thank everybody who is hanging out in the chat room. In fact, I haven't done a roll call in the chat room in a while, so let's do one now while we got people in there. Medusa's Mirror hanging out there. Lavos as well. Nate was in there. He's not in there anymore. AC Wraith Badger Dash, Basic Leia, Drunk Degenerates, G Neptune, Moltile, Polydor, and Raspy Salamander.
Your favorite name?
That Gersnort was one of my favorites as well. Raspy Salamander. I don't know why. I just really like that name. So, thanks everybody for joining us in the chat room. Thanks everybody for listening on the stream and on the radio as well. Thanks to everybody who grabs us each week from iTunes or wherever you get our show from. We really appreciate it. Go to ingamechat.net. You can join us on Twitter, Facebook, our forums at colonyofgamers.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're watching us on Twitch, subscribe to our Twitch channel. Give us a subscribe there. If you're on Steam, join our Steam group. If you're on PS4, join our community. If you're on Xbox One, join our group there. We've got one there.
Yeah, but
I set one up there.
We won't be on it.
I will.
Oh, yeah.
I'm playing Gears or watching TV or something like that. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, I noticed that, whatever his name was, is not in the chat room from last week. Lethal Migraine was not in there. Okay. So you can join us and play games with us and other listeners. Thanks, everybody. Drunk Degenerates, I hope to see you on Destiny here soon. I haven't seen you on Destiny in a long time, and I need some runs through the raid. So thanks, everybody. Have a great week, and we will see you next Saturday. Here is music from Riven, the sequel to Myst. Good night.